welcome to the Daily Mix. Now, if you tuned in hoping to see Erica and Andy, April Fools, it's me, Angella Sharpe. We kind of flip-flop this week, but don't worry, next week we're back to normal. Now, do you not know what the Daily Mix is all about? It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna tell you places you can go with your family, big money ideas, who's been in the Lou. Basically, it's all the good gossip going on in and around St. Louis. And yes, I did mention it is April Fool's Day. Did someone trick you? Did someone get you today? You know, they actually don't even know where April Fool's Day came from. Some people say it's when they switched the new year from April 1st to January, and the people who didn't get the memo, well, April Fool's on them. Other people say it's about celebrating the spring. Either way, it's a lot of fun. In fact, a friend of mine took her husband's toothpaste and put mayonnaise in it instead, and he was pretty much upset about that whole situation. And I had a teacher friend, his name's John. He told all his little students that they were gonna get brownies for a snack, and he gave them E's, like the letter E cut out of brown construction paper. They didn't like that either. Now, if you didn't get a chance to get anybody, you know, you still have a few hours, so maybe you can get that in there. Plus, if you're on Facebook, I mean, everybody won the lottery or got married and got pregnant. April Fools, none of that actually happened. But something not to be joked about, the Cardinals opener. That's right, the Cardinals kick off their season Sunday in Chicago against the Cubs. And yes, then a home opener is here April 13th. Now, if you're not off work yet, now's the time you start getting sick, start pretending to be sick. That way when April 13th comes, you can call into work and no one will know the difference. And you know, here in St. Louis, Cards home opener happens to be kind of like a holiday. They've got bands outside and food and events. So even if you don't have tickets to the game, just going downtown and getting with all the hoopla will be a lot of fun. And up later on After the Mix, I have a big Cardinals fan and local radio DJ, Kurt Copeland. He's gonna be on After the Mix. He's gonna talk about a lot of stuff, and I'm sure we'll get him to say birds a whole bunch of times. All right, now it's time to start on our Daily Mix. Now, I always like to tell you about a big money idea, and this one is awesome. It's Vincent Van Donut. That's right, you heard that right, Vincent Van Donut. They actually won the Cooking Channel's Donut Showdown in season 2. They were premier winners. Now, all of this started back in 2013 with a 1960 Ford van that they called Clyde. You know, they kind of did the whole food truck thing. Now they have a permanent store opening. It opened in March in Clayton, and it's really cool. They do all sorts of really cool things with donuts. They do all sorts of different flavors, different suggestions, different ideas, and they bake everything from scratch. They start at the very bottom, make it all the way up. They've got donuts in gravy and sausage. Yeah, that's something that's gonna be a little different and kind of cool. They got that going on. It's a lot of fun. So if you like donuts, different ideas, they said they're gonna start coming up with even more and more flavors. You can go to vincentvandonut.com or check them out right there in Clayton. Very delicious. Now, did you know that St. Louis ranked number 11 on TripAdvisor's 2015 Traveler's Choice Top 25 Destinations in the US? Or 11 of the top 25 places to go in all of the US. Now, you know, a lot of times when you live here, you forget all the cool stuff that's going on. So some of the reasons we want, maybe you should think about checking out with your family. The Arch, when was the last time you went up in the Arch? Anheuser-Busch, and I gotta tell you, I will be the first to admit this, I have never been on a brewery tour, but you can do that. So I'm gonna have to write that down for my list of things to do this summer. Of course, the Magic House, the zoo, it's free and a lot of fun. And there's of course a train there at the zoo. The kids love the train. The St. Louis Cathedral, that's awesome. And Forest Park. You know, there's so much to do in Forest Park. So what you really need to do is, you know, take advantage of this. We're number 11 of the top 25 destinations and you live right here. So maybe check those out. I want to send a congratulations to Maya Jones. She is the winner of the 2015 Youth of the Year Award. This is one of the highest honors. It's really cool. She's a rep for the Boys and Girls Club of the greater St. Louis area, and now she will be competing against other Boys and Girls Club members from across Missouri and the state. They're gonna be competing from April 14th to April 15th. She said she joined the Boys and Girls Club at 8 years old. Now she has a really high GPA, being very successful. She's, you know, not afraid to win things. She actually came in second recently with a movie about, you know, preventing teen suicide. So congratulations to her. And if you want information about the Boys and Girls Club, bgcstl.org. Now, I always like to thank our, you know, firefighters and paramedics, our first responders. Well, we've got a couple of firefighters that have done some pretty cool things. Vincent Smith, Lincoln McKinney, and Frank Carter, they have been selected for the top finalists for the National Liberty Mutual Firemark Heroism Award. They are being dubbed Braden's Bravest. So cool. They were off duty on their way to their respective firehouses when they saw a burning car. They ended up saving 3 people from that burning vehicle. They, of course, didn't have any of their tools or equipment. They kind of had to make their own tools to get these people out. Now, if you want to help them win the grand prize, you can. Voting is happening right now. It starts April 1st, and you can vote up to 30 times in the voting period, once a day. Go to facebook.com/Liberty Mutual. Make sure you vote for those guys. And as always, thank you to all our first responders. Now, I always like to tell you who's in the Lou, who's been in the Lou, all the cool stars that come and visit. Well, are you a fan of Empire? I'm sure you are. Everybody is. Jussie Smollett and Bryshire Gray came to St. Louis last Saturday. They were at FYE on Hampton Village to sign their new album. Now, this is really neat. They had a huge line. A lot of times when people come to St. Louis, they have a certain amount of time that they're going to sign for. Not these 2 guys. They said they would sign for everybody in that line, which ended up being a long day for them, but a lot of fun. Look at all those happy people ready to meet them. Now, they did give us some Empire news. Yes, they're not going to be touring right now because they're actually this summer going to be shooting season 2 of Empire. They said the season 2 is going to be even crazier than season 1. They're going to take it up a notch if that's even possible. Now, they did ask about guest stars. They wouldn't reveal any, but they said personally, they would both actually like to see Mariah Carey or Janet Jackson make an appearance, which would be kind of awesome. That would be really cool. They came to Empire, so that's awesome. Good for them. Now, are you looking for a job? Lambert Airport has their first ever job fair. It's happening Thursday, April 9th from 8:30 to 5 at the B Concourse of Terminal 1. More than 40 job openings are happening there, and there's info on other city civil service jobs will also be available. So you need to show up, bring a resume, dress to impress. You also can go under Lambert News on the link at flystl.com. Now, if you want to find out more about this event and thousands of other hot jobs online, go to jobs.mo.gov. And as always, we want to help you get that perfect job. Danette Buckman's here to say, hey, hire me. Check it out.
My name is Danette Beckham, and I am here to tell you why you should hire me. I have been an executive manager for over 10 plus years. I have worked within human resource, and right now my specialties are training, hiring, and recruiting. And some of my hobbies are networking and singing and dancing. So St. Louis, you should hire me.
Now, do you need a job? Here is your chance to tell employers why they should hire me. And by me, I mean you. Just like Danette did, you can send us an email right here at hireme@stltv.net. Let us know what it is you do, what kind of job you're looking for. Tell us all those good information. We'll have you come in here, just like Danette did, and tell people, hey, hire me. Now, this is something really cool that's going on in St. Louis. It's the Urban Harvest STL. It's a roof kind of garden going on. Construction is underway right now. It's going to be 10,000 square feet farm located right there on the rooftop of downtown building. It's going to show people, how they can grow food in the city. It's going to provide jobs. Hopefully, it gets people to eat a little bit better so they can see where their food is coming from. It's funded by Rally St. Louis. You can follow progress at urbanharveststl.com. And of course, they have their Facebook page. So check them out, Urban Harvest STL. Now it's time to take it on back and check out our Rewind.
During the Senate Judiciary and Civil and Criminal Jurisprudence Committee meeting, Committee Chairman Senator Bob Dixon, Republican of Springfield, presented Senate Bill 199, a measure that would repeal a provision that allows a law enforcement officer to use deadly force in certain instances.
To be arrested as committed or attempted to commit a robbery. This is directly related to the 1985 U.S. Supreme Court decision in Tennessee versus Garner, where the court held that a Tennessee statute was unconstitutional, quote, insofar as it authorized the use of deadly force against all fleeing felony suspects, where the officer has probable cause to believe that the suspect poses a threat or serious physical harm either to the officer or others. It is not constitutionally unreasonable to prevent escape by using deadly force.
That right there is our rewind. Now, you know this time of the year, this is that time of the year where potholes happen. Can't help it, everybody hits it. But actually, the City of St. Louis Citizens Service Bureau is asking for you to help report those potholes. That's right, you can call 314-622-4800, or you can tweet at stlouis-mo.gov and let them know where you found a pothole. Now, they also want to remind people that if you see people out there working on potholes, make sure you give them enough room, back up a little bit, let them get their work done so they can fill all those potholes so we can all drive around safely. Now, this is a really cool thing that you probably haven't done yet. It's the 16th season of the Downtown Walking Tours. That begins April 4th, and it goes all the way through Halloween. Now, it happens every Saturday at 10 a.m., and there's two different 2-hour tours. They have an East Tour and a West Tour. Both tours include the interiors and exteriors of really cool landmarks around. So the one starts at the Union Station, the other one starts at the old courthouse, and they kind of make their way all around. You can see all the different architecture here, the landmarks that are happening around. Landmark Association and Revitalize St. Louis are the volunteers that lead these tours. So you want to check these out. You can also email them at walkingtours314@gmail.com, or you can visit Landmarks Association or Revitalize St. Louis online. Now, coming up on After the Mix, I mentioned I have Kurt Copeland, the radio DJ. Look, you guys know him, right? You know his voice, you know his name. Now we're gonna meet the guy. Plus, get this, I have Matthew Perlman. This is so cool. He's a teenager. He has 3 books out and about. He's interviewed over 1,000 athletes and musicians. We're gonna talk to him. We're gonna figure out when he started to do this, why he did this, and maybe some of the coolest words of wisdom he's gotten. And of course, I want to remind you, Cardinals opener is happening the 13th, and then hopefully, if the Blues pick it up a notch here, the Blues will be in playoffs shortly behind them, so it's going to be a great time for St. Louis sports. So definitely stick around here for After the Mix. We're going to have a great show. Now, as always, make sure you check us out on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And we have an Instagram. Follow us on all those places. Look, right there on your screen. You can follow us all those places right there. Plus, do you have a show idea? Something you want us to check out? Maybe we don't know about you and we should. Go to the Daily Mix at stltv.net. Send us an email. Let us know what's going on. We want to hear from you. That is going to do it for the Daily Mix. But like I said, keep it right here for After the Mix on STL TV. It's coming up. Don't go anywhere.